How's it going, people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Loose Cannons. Different settings for me, but it's not about that. Like, hype, subscribe, do what you need to do. Show some love to the video and obviously the individual channels. Big up Jordan and James back in the building as always. But as always, make sure you show love, people. Those channels are always in the description. But we've got another special guest in the building as well. Big up D in the building from FamZone TV. Fam with an M, but you don't need to spell it out. It's in the description, people. You just click it and go subscribe. I'm gonna say road to 50k. But big up D in the building. What are you saying, D?
Saying, my guys, man. No, pleasure to be on there, man. Love for the call up for like Waneri, you know, like Waneri when he gets called up to the first team, and like, you know what I'm saying?
Boy, he might be getting loaned out soon, so boy, it could be awkward. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get recalled, but I'll get recalled.
Yeah, do your thing on loan and come back a better player. But people, listen, D's showed love to my channel and the community, being part of the community for a long time, and you know it was good to see him get into the YouTube side of things. So go show him some love, because yeah, it's always good to have a raw, unfiltered channel, you know, on the radar, and I believe FamZone is one of those. Different fans, different clubs, but it's got chemistry, and you know what Big Six is about, chemistry. So go over and subscribe to FamZone TV as well. And he goes matches as well, people. That's a big thing for the community. Jordan.
So, sorry, no, bro. I was going to ask, bro, are you wearing my top?
What's your top?
What kind of protest is this? I don't get it. White t-shirt. What you man representing?
Hey, what's your top?
I'm just saying, well, mine's kind of designer, but I'm just saying, like, you know,
I didn't expect this.
All right. What's going on over there? You saying?
I don't know, man. You're killing me. You're killing me. I'm just a plain white tee guy. I'm a plain white tee guy.
We got the white tee gang. Come on. James, what are you saying? What are you eating? Popcorn?
So I met a guy in Holland and Barrett. By the way, it's not my first time I've ever been there. He's an Arsenal fan, so he watches the content. So I bought this. I was actually buying this before he told me, to be fair. So it's like a
protein mix.
Roasted yellow peas, green peas, and fava beans. I don't know what fava beans are, but there we go. So I'm enjoying that. After we smoked Chelsea, it should have been more, but we killed him. I nearly missed the show because Jordan told me it's at midday tomorrow. Yeah. So Turk had to jump into the live stream that I finished half an hour ago to tell me that I thought you were giving me your thoughts on the player ratings, but you had to actually come in and amend my schedule for the night. So appreciate that, bro.
Apologies. That can seem like a sabotage, but I genuinely thought we were recording tomorrow. So
the most professional guy of the lot, and you don't even know how to read a schedule. Well, I mean, the most professional. It's not saying much either, but
no, it's not.
It's something. It's certain. D, it was nearly left to just me and you, my bro. Carl. Like, I saw the message at 11 p.m. but they was talking to each other at 8 p.m. before the game. So I've been busy since then. So when I see the message at 11 saying it's tomorrow and James is like, great, I'm thinking, what's this guy doing? He's about to go out on a date.
He could be anywhere.
Do a Netflix and chill. Something's going to happen. I see he's live. So I said, let me let him know in the comments. And I told him Jordan doesn't know what he's on about. And yeah, he was busting up for a good time.
Don't listen to me, James. Don't listen to me.
How much
did you get up? They made it.
Made it on time as well.
We're here. And you know what? I think it says so much about how far this football club's come that we've gone and scored 3 goals at Chelsea at the Bridge, won 3-2 in a semi-final of a cup competition. And like we're not that gassed about it, are we? We're not like going crazy about it. That's probably because there were some faults in the performance, which I ultimately thought was a very good one. But like normally, imagine this podcast 2-3 years ago. We'd be going crazy, and you know, because what's this now? 8 games in a row at the Bridge, undefeated, 4 wins, 4 draws. Last time we lost was Emery, 3-2. Even then, it took a late goal. Arteta's never lost at the Bridge in 8 attempts.
2018.
2018. Unbelievable record we got there. Now look, I don't subscribe to having 1 foot in the final yet. I know it's a good start, but you know, 1 sloppy goal and things are level at the Emirates. But
I'd find that. So I've got my eyes on the final already. Because if Rossini pulls something out the bag against Mikel, I just can't see it. Like Mikel's experience at this level now to get us to where we are now, the expectation, a 3-2 win away from home, I expect us to just get the job done, bro. Like, but I get you, PTSD and all that. You know, we fluffed bigger lines before.
Yeah, but we should have killed it in the first leg, man. I feel like we had an opportunity there. Everyone's out there. No Liam Delap, there had no Gusto, no James, no Caicedo, no Palmer. I think one thing I've always wanted us to always do is to kill our rivals. I don't remember us doing that for years. I've not had a game in a long time. I know we beat Man City 5-1, but that was kind of in a nothing game. I feel like,
and with Man City, like, we don't have City fans around us. Like I got Big Steve on Big Six, but we didn't grow up with. We want to smoke United, smoke Liverpool.
They're not our rivals. City are not our rivals, bro. Like, I know they want to be, but they're not. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, we need to kill off Chelsea. Like today, I felt like that was, and it's fine margins, because really that Marino chance where Sanchez saves it would have been made it 4-1. It's a completely different game then, and it's a brilliant save. And so I feel like I'm being a little bit harsh, but I feel like it's just I don't know, just one of them little things where you give them a little bit of a lifeline. But I don't particularly like Chelsea, to be honest with you. So I wanted to batter them, but I'll be honest, bro.
Yeah, who does, to be honest with you? I mean, we have got a couple get backs on them over the years, but you're right though. Not even just the Marino one, which was unlucky. I think weaker 40 strikes it well. Chance to make it 4-1, it would have been good night, right? But I think at 1-0, we started pressing them high up and winning the ball back, and we had opportunities to make an opportunity, but we'd win the ball back and then kind of fluff our lines in the final third a bit. So I felt like we should have taken advantage straight away. Then we regressed the control thing instead of making it 2-0. At 2-0, it felt like now you can go and make it 3-0. We just kept on getting pegged back. Jordan, you haven't had your chance to get into it yet. Well, none of us really have. It's more overall thoughts on it. But I think so far with James and D, the feeling is big win. It's a semi-final. Arteta's first semi-final win since the FA Cup. You know, losing 4 along the way, home and away, Europa, home and away last year against Newcastle. So it's a big win. But like James mentioned, the expectation is so high. It's at such a point now that, you know, we feel like we could have put it to bed in the first leg at the Bridge. You know, it's mad how far we've come on one hand, but we've come nowhere if we don't get over the line on the other hand.
Ultimately, I agree with the boys, Turkish, man. I watched the game with my dad, who's a Chelsea fan, and when I left his, none of us were particularly happy. He wasn't happy because his team lost at home, but I wasn't happy because, as I often say now, we don't have that De Niro gene. We don't have that Robert De Niro gene. We don't have that killer. We just don't have that ability to really. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to stretch my Goodfellas analogy on another week. And there's something in the boot you can hear, and we just kill it.
Matisse.
Just kill it. Just finish. He's clocked the scene, hasn't he? He realizes the scene, hasn't he? Just finish it off, man. And it's just really frustrating that we don't, as a club, have that ability to just smell. I'm still pissed about the Liverpool game. The Liverpool game still annoys me. Liverpool got no front line, and they get a draw at the Emirates. When I saw the starting 11 come out today, boys, and I saw our team, I was like, yo, Arteta is on smoke. Because I think even we thought when we did our last pod, he might mix up a little bit. Man went full first team bar Raya. And I'm like, I rate it. I fully rate it. And then you look at Chelsea's 11. I had to refresh. I thought, this must be a mistake. This must be a mistake. But it wasn't. No Delap, no Caicedo, no Palmer, no Reece James. Come on. You've got to put them away. And at 2-0, I just thought to myself, get the third and finish the tie tonight. Finish this tonight. I need to go 3-1 up. I wanted a fourth. I wanted 4-1. I ain't going to lie. I agree. That save from Sanchez was brilliant. Really good save with his foot. That does kill the tie. So that was unlucky on our part. But Chelsea were there for the taking. And to leave that game with only a 1-goal lead, I still think we go through because I think we're better, we're at home, and I think we're in the groove. So I still think we go through. But it's a game. There's a game to be played now. 4-1, even 3-1, it's done. Chelsea ain't scoring 2 goals without us scoring 5 at the Emirates. You know what I mean? So I just see it as a come on, boys. Just put it to bed, and we can get into individual performances shortly. But my overall thoughts were just, well done. It's a win at Chelsea, but it's not really Chelsea. Because some people will say, oh, you guys are being bougie. You guys are being privileged. You guys are being disrespectful. It's still Chelsea at the Bridge, but it's not. And I just think champion teams of the past, no matter what team it is, when you smell blood, the neck goes. The neck goes. You walk out of there and you put a statement down. And that's 2 games in a row now. Well, Portsmouth as well. But this Liverpool and Chelsea now, we had a chance to really put a statement, and pretty much one hand on the Premier League title and pretty much one hand in the final of the Carabao Cup. And we've kind of fluffed it on both. So I'm glad we won the game. I thought in parts played really well, but you've got to finish that off, man. Chelsea still believe. They still believe, and they're right to believe. We can't keep, picking from the plate. Finish the plate and then smash it. We didn't do that.
Where I'll challenge you though is like the Liverpool game. I agree, because there was something about our mentality in that and the way we approached the game, and we had a lot of control in the first half. Second half we fell off, then we had no answer for Liverpool's possession, and it was just like a really weirdly frustrating game, that one against Liverpool. With this one against Chelsea, I think my question, Jordan, is, are you frustrated at the boys and the team, or are you frustrated at the outcome? Because I think they're 2 different things, because Marino can't really do much more of that effort. He's taken a brilliant touch, and he's and I know you said it's a great save. We've all mentioned it's a great save from Sanchez, but like, it's a really top save, and it probably 9 times out of 10 does go in the back of the net, that effort. The Garnacho goals, if I'm honest, I think Ødegaard is quite poor on the pass back for the first Garnacho goal, but largely, like, I look at them as they can happen goals. It's a bit frustrating they happen twice, but I just think, like, both times he struck it quite well into like the one gap that was there, and they've pulled back 2 goals. That it was 3-2, and I think on another night it could have been 4-2 or a 3-1 or a 4-1, and that's just a bit like, I don't really think there's a lot we could have done differently. I don't think we defended badly on the night. I don't think we struggled to play our football. It was just unfortunate.
No, I think my issue is less with the goals we conceded, because whilst it's frustrating, I don't have a big issue with the goals we conceded. My issue is you have to fashion another good chance in that second half to get the 4th, and we didn't. The game was open, and with the bench we've got and the bench they've got, you've got to fashion more chances and get another goal. You just do. You got to smell, guys, there's a final here tonight. We can wrap this tonight. We're not leaving here without at least a 2-goal lead. At least. And I just felt like the performance, I thought, was a good performance. If that was in the Premier League, I'd be okay. Because it's a 2-legged cup competition, we're not in the final yet. And I felt like tonight we could have asserted ourselves as the team in the final. And I just think it's a common pattern I've noticed over the years. When we have a chance to really put another big team under the bed, we just seem to we let you off. We won't embarrass you. We're not going to humiliate you. We're not going to murder you. We'll beat you, but we're not going to slit throat. And I just that's my frustration. I don't think we smell blood. We had a good team out there, James. We played well. You just got to find a way to get that 4th goal for me.
I think players take a lot of that burden tonight, especially. Sometimes we debate, is it Arteta, is it the players? I remember Arteta talking about the Villa game and saying, the players smelled blood, and that's why the result ensued, and 4-1. So that felt to me like, all right, they smelled blood, they killed, and you like to see that. But then since we've had a couple of games where it's like, we haven't had that same reception from the team when we're smelling that same blood, because Chelsea were there for the taking. I've got to give Chelsea a bit more credit than maybe James has. I think I was surprised by Chelsea. I think they were all right. I think Esteval was good. I think Pedro had his moments too. Spun Zubimendi in the first half, and his end product, I think, is similar to a few of our players, with good until the final third, and then that needs some sharpening up for a couple of players, and then you have a couple. I mean, that kid up top was struggling from the get-go. It was a big struggle for him, and like Jordan's laughing, but it was always going to be a struggle, and it certainly was. So I think Chelsea played all right, and I think the fact they pegged us back twice, not pegged us back, but got back into it twice, it felt like we then said, you know what, let's just win it as it is, rather than go and now get the fourth. It felt like we was trying to get the fourth at 3-1, but it stopped at 3-2. Whether that's because Chelsea started playing a bit more, even though I didn't see that side of, I wasn't worried we lose our lead.
Well, yes,
knowing.
Same. Sorry, before the boys come back in, that's a really good point, because I would have gambled on trying to get the fourth, even if it meant the game finishes 3-3. Because unlike the Newcastle Man City game, Newcastle a lot of times this season at home have let in a lot of late goals. When for me, they're losing 1-0. My brother, take the 1-0. Take the 1-0. Go to the Etihad. You're in the game. They've tried to equalize, and they got stung 2-0. They're out. They're pretty much done. With us, I think it's different. I think the gamble was worth it. I think the gamble to go for the fourth, even if you meant that game finishes 3-3, we'd be here and we'd be annoyed, no doubt. But we'd still fancy our chances at the Emirates, right? We'd still fancy our chances to beat them level at the Emirates.
Yeah.
Whereas I think the gain for going for the fourth outweighs the risk of it being 3-3.
I don't know. I think it's the opposite. I'll be real. I think it's the opposite of that. Like the complete opposite. I think the same way you feel like we would be annoyed is the same way the players would also be annoyed, and so would the manager. And that seeps into the team. So it's a completely different game 3-3 than it is 3-2. It's a completely different game. And I know you say it's worth the gamble.
Go second leg, 3-3, so we're level basically. Who's favourite for that? Who's favourite to go through?
But it's not about who's favourite. It's about who feels like they're in the ascendancy. So if we're 2-0 up and then it's you know what I mean, and it gets to 3-3 all of a sudden, you feel like you've kind of lost. It's a feeling. It's not so much about of course we know we're still favourites going home. We're at home at Emirates and stuff like that. The players know that, the manager knows that, but it's just that feeling of, oh, we know what, we had 2-goal leads and stuff like that. You don't want that. You don't want to go into the game.
Newcastle's
gamble's worth it. The gamble's worth it in hindsight. It's worth it in hindsight. It's not. It might not be worth it at the time. Like, because if Arteta had decided,
I think it was. That last 10 minutes, go for it.
But if that's the case, then if he was to take off, for example, a centre back and put on another attacking player, would you say that was worth it as well?
No. I don't. I think the subs were correct. The team that was on the pitch in that last 10 minutes was good enough to get the fourth. That team in the last 10 minutes is good enough to get the fourth. And I'm saying the gamble, even at the time, is worth it for what you might lose.
At 3-2, you're talking.
At 3-2, yeah. I'm
but
saying
they took the gamble at 3-1, and then the goal was conceded, and then they thought, you know what, let's not get into that again. Do you know what I'm saying?
I agree, but I wouldn't have. I would have still gone for the fourth, because they're going to have Cole Palmer at the Emirates. They're going to have Reece James at the Emirates. They're going to have a better team at the Emirates. They can't play worse than that. So for me, when we were
in first gear though. We were in first gear today.
Yeah. I just think it's an opportunity to just forget that tie. And I think the gamble was worth taking.
Yeah, I want to see more of that, but building on D's point, because I agree more with D here in terms of the gamble. In isolation, if you're looking at the semi-final second leg, the gamble's worth it. But if you're looking at the bigger picture and knowing how we've mentally not recovered at times from big moments in seasons, you know, getting pegged back, albeit in the first leg against Chelsea, might perk up Nottingham Forest ears on Saturday. It might perk up whoever we got the weekend after. And that, I think D means that as well. It starts seeping into not just our own heads, but opposition knowing that, listen, once upon a time it was hard to get a shot against them. Now they've conceded. They conceded against Portsmouth. They conceded 2 against Chelsea. They've conceded. You know, that's becoming a theme as well, which I think the aura, and it was more prevalent in the 90s, 2000s growing up. But in that tunnel, that whole, I forgot who said it. Was it Roy Keane or someone? But in that tunnel, you do have an aura. If you're a great team, if you're a big team, if you've won things, especially, that's the best way to create aura. I think getting pegged back by this Chelsea side, this Chelsea manager, like it would have been a stain on Mikel and on the players and on the performance, because we deserved to win that game.
Yeah, and guys, let's not overthink it. Like, winning's better than drawing. Like, all said and done, Chelsea need one more goal now than they would have needed at 3-3. Like, you know, Jordan, I get where you're going. I get the general point, but I think Dee's right. Like, I think because, and you might have said this during the game, sure, fine, I believe you, but I think now with the benefit of hindsight and having settled on the game and looking how Chelsea played, yeah, I think we could have stepped our foot on the gas and got a fourth. But, you know, we scored 3 goals at the bridge. Like, I think the attackers did their job. But then I did player ratings. I had Zubimendi, Saliba, and Gabriel as our 3 best players. And that's our 6 and our 2 centre-backs. So even the goals we conceded, I never really felt like we were open or we were messy defensively. They just happened. Like, it can happen. Chelsea, for all the players they're missing, have quality on the pitch. I mean, they spent $1.5 billion to get enough of that. And, you know, Garnacho, as much as I don't rate the bloke massively, he's a decent player who's played at United and Chelsea, and he struck the ball well twice. We've won. Like, we've won at the bridge. I'm very happy. And I feel like we should go into the positives. This is a very good win.
Start with the players then, because you mentioned 3 players there. D, back to you. Who was your man of the match?
You know what? I've been saying this for the last month and a half, 2 months. A player that we've kind of forgotten gets the plaudits because obviously there's another player beside him that has gone to new heights. I've been saying this for about 2 months. Saliba, if he is not the best centre back in the world, he's very, very close to it. He's been, since Gabriel's been injured as well, he has been going through every single game. I always say this, I say this all the time. If I don't notice my centre backs and we're winning games, that's what I've always wanted. I do not want to notice my centre backs. Now, I understand that Gabriel is one of those monstrous centre backs and he's going to be in the game and he's tussling a lot. It happens. But if you win games, especially with our defensive record, and you do not notice your centre back, that means he's having a brilliant game. I say that all the time. And Saliba is that guy that you never notice in the game because he finds the game so easy to play. Saliba finds football too easy. And he's done it again against Chelsea. Like, you don't notice Saliba ever. Obviously, you see Gabriel, he's tussling with Gueye, and against Bournemouth, he's making mistakes. It happens and stuff like that. And he's up and down. He scores goals. Then he redeems himself. Then he does this. It's a lot of up and down, but a lot of brilliant highs. Saliba just constantly stays at a 9 out of 10. Saliba's our equivalent of Declan Rice at the back. Like, just literally stays. And I've been saying this for a while, and he doesn't get the plaudits right now. So, to me, Saliba was by a head and shoulders above anyone in that pitch.
He was my man.
James?
Yeah, mine was Saliba as well. Who are you going for, Jordan?
Vicky G.
Victor Gyokeres got your man of the match.
Victor Gyokeres. Oh, mate.
Before we move on to Saliba, for me, same exactly what Dee said. I don't even need to say it. But even I think recently on here as well, I was on Big Six. I've always maintained that Saliba's the guy in that defense for me.
He's the guy.
But that doesn't mean that Gabriel's not the guy too. It's like Rice is the guy in midfield, but Zubimendi is also the guy. You know, I think, you know, Zubi is Gabriel in this relationship, this partnership in terms of still immense in terms of what they're doing. But, you know, without that partner next to them, I think it's a bit different. But Gyokeres, Jordan.
Yeah, I thought it was brilliant today. I thought it was brilliant. In the first half, there were 3 or 4 channel balls and balls played into his chest. He won all of them. He kept the ball. He brought players into play. One time he turned, he drove into the box and got a shot off. There was one chance in the first half where he got a shot, and I think I don't know if it was saved, but he just missed it. But it was good centre forward play. I was really happy with his performance actually before he even scored his goal. I thought that his centre forward play was what I want from my centre forward. He was a threat. I think he won pretty much every single duel, which for him is very, very rare. All the balls that he ran.
Can I cut you quickly? Sorry to cut you. Yeah, I think this part here, and which I think you guys will probably understand as well, is a bit more testament to Arteta, and I'll tell you why. Because if you actually watch this game and you go back and watch it, Gyokeres didn't actually challenge for the balls. Most of the time, when the balls were going up in the air, he was actually not challenging, was just basically just holding off the defender and wasn't battling for the ball at all. We was just trying to win then the ball over the top or the next ball. Because Gyokeres' first touch and hold up play is actually really bad as a striker. He's actually got really bad.
It wasn't today. Touch. I agree. Today it wasn't though.
No, but he wasn't going for the ball today. Today the ball was going up and he was battling for the defender today. So
no, that's fair. But you mentioned his first touch. His first touch is horrible. But today it wasn't. Today's first touch was not.
It was better today. It was better.
I think For that shot you're talking about, the left foot burst into box shot, he had a good touch. And for the assist, he had a good touch, which is 2 more good touches than he's had in probably the last.
He did.
But is that enough to get man the match though? Is that enough?
No, let me tell you why it is. Let me tell you why it is. Because I don't know if you watched the pod before. You will not find an Arsenal fan that dislikes a striker more than me. You won't find a fan, right?
Yeah,
but I'm fair. And what I won't do is I won't bring the bar down and like compliment him for cute things, because I didn't do it with Xhaka. I didn't do it with Martinelli. I expect certain things. If you don't meet that standard, I'm not going to compliment you on, oh yeah, but he won 1 flick on. Oh yeah, but he got a... No. I expect certain things. And today he did those things. So I'm not bringing the bar down just for him. I thought he was really, really good. So I don't like him and I don't particularly rate him, but I'm being fair. Today, I thought he was very, very good. The goal he got was interesting because if you look at the first play, Saka cuts in and then he turns and starts going... He's exasperated. You see it? So, but then what I liked is he didn't sulk. He got over himself and he kind of got back on side just, and then he went again and got his goal. I like that. We have to at some point have a discussion around the wing players, the fact that they do cut in, and he wants them to go to the byline and go and cut across play across the goal. That's what he wants, and he might not have to. They were saying in the studio after, and I agree with it. Jimmy Ford Hasback was saying he might have to get wicked with it. He might say, listen, Bukayo, put the ball across, and I will be there. Martinelli, put the ball across. He might have to start saying, guys, put the ball across. All this chopping and coming back, it ain't working for me. I'm the centre forward. Feed me, I beg. He might have to do that. But I liked it. The assist was a good assist as well. I didn't do too much for it, but it's an assist and a goal as well as good forward play. So that's why for me, he was my man of the match. I thought it was overall good forward play and he got a goal. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Whereas before, we weren't getting either. We weren't getting good forward play or a goal. We got both today.
An assist as well.
And an assist. So I'm going to give him man of the match.
I think today is a really good example of those who have been defending Gyokeres. I've been one of them, Turkish at times earlier in the season. I think it's a good example of the things that we were pointing out when he wasn't scoring goals. And look, some people might say that this is the only time he ever really did it. Some people might say he's always been doing this. But like, I felt that I didn't think everything he did was immaculate or particularly neat today. I think there was a lot more better stuff, like the carry into the box, the shots, some hold-up play, whatever. But basically, he was an outlet for Arsenal and he was a handful for Chelsea. And basically, at a very like surface level, that's what he was. The Chelsea centre-backs found him really difficult to deal with. Even when they got in front of him, they had to put out for a throw-in because he was just all over them, ensuring they couldn't get anywhere. And then for Arsenal, there was always a ball into his feet or over the top or into the channels. And it's quite safe football, but it's so effective. It's, hey, there's space there. Can you just drive into it, look after it, and pull them apart a bit for us? And I think he was just very effective for the team. Having said that, though, I also agree with Jordan that everything else was upper level. There was some nice hold-up play. The goal, look, Sanchez should deal with it. If I'm to be a little bit harsh, Saka, who I thought had a better game than people give him credit for, I think should put it in first time. Doesn't. And White's cross should be dealt with by Sanchez, and it's spilt. So, bit of a gift for Gyokeres, but cool. You're there to take it. Fine. I think the reason Saka's not been putting it across the box in, maybe in this game or maybe as much as we're saying he should, is because I remember the ball flashed across the box against Villa. Gyokeres wasn't there. Against Wolves, Gyokeres wasn't there. And other games where I think Saka has actually delivered that first time and looked and thought, where are you?
True.
So that's probably a little bit of what that is. But then the hold up and roll into not hold up. It's quite quick, isn't it? This sort of flick to Zubimendi. He loves that outside of the boot flick. Have you noticed? He really loves that. Let me just get rid of it as quick as possible. I've got no problem with that. Keep it moving. And then Zubimendi does the rest. But that was really neat from him as well. My man of the match was Saliba, with Zubimendi a close second for me.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me make one final point from me on Gyokeres. I don't know if it's just the kind of Scandinavian, cold, non-plus, low emotion way that a lot of people in Scandinavia are. And I know he's not having a great time, so some may say, why would he smile? But I would like him just to kind of just show a little bit of personality and a little bit of, I don't know, he feels like he's really hating being Arsenal's number 9. And
No, I love
although
the
he's going for a,
celebration.
Yeah, I
love
need
the
him to be.
celebration.
I need him to be like. You see what I noticed about Gyokeres, which I liked, was against Everton when he had an opportunity not to take the penalty, not to win the game, and he decided, I'm having a bad time, but this is what I'm here for, and he took the penalty and won the game. That shows me that you've got the character. That's what I need to know. That we've had strikers for years. We've had the character for years. That's the first time we've got a striker with the character. He might not have the quality right now, or we haven't seen it yet, but he's definitely got the character. So I don't really want him to start lightening up until he delivers. Do you know what I mean? It's not really time.
Skipping and smiling and giving out cherries and berries. I'm just saying, like, brother, you scored a good goal at Chelsea Stamford Bridge. Like, I smile a little bit. It's like he's angry. And
Yeah,
like,
I need that.
No, he's conscious. That's what I love about him. He's totally
maybe. I just think
he knows. He's like, look, there's a tap in. I've had a bit of luck with that one, but okay, good. And I think I caught a quote. I didn't watch it live. But I think maybe they're talking to Sky, him and Ben White. I think he said, "Yeah, I've scored." I think it was something like, "I haven't done enough of that, but I will do it more." Like I think that was the quote. If unless you remember it better, Jordan.
No, I think that was it. Yeah.
Yeah, like great. Like I love that. Like that's what. Do you know how many? And I mean this in a nice way. Do you know how many clowns I've seen do nothing for Arsenal? It's not even just for Arsenal. It's footballers. And then they score a goal. I remember Harry Maguire when he gave it this. He was awful. And he gave it this because he scored in a friendly for England. Didn't Pedro Neto do this recently for Chelsea, silencing the haters?
Zerkski's got all of this stuff. He scores one goal in 3 months and starts doing all of this stuff. I'm like, what's
like Highland?
But do you know what? Get out.
Allow it.
Willen had the cheek to post on Instagram going, didn't win today, but I needed that. Like, I love that Gyokeres is actually like a degree of like. I'm not asking to be cocky. I'm not asking to be cocky. I'm just saying, like, relax a little bit. I think is what I'm saying. He looks really tense. Just relax a little bit. Maybe. He looks really tense, and it might be affecting his play. Just relax. Relax. You're the Arsenal number 9. How can he when he watches Glock walk every year? Glock walk. That's another segment. Glock watch 2 times a week. You know, how can you relax?
I don't even know what that is.
James Bayless Universe. Subscribe.
Yeah. We got some new content coming.
The truth about Gyokeres is embedded in there somewhere.
I tried to tell you all. I tried to tell you all. He was going to explode. What can I say? Jordan, how can he relax, my friend? Martinelli's only just shrugging it off. It's taken him years. You know.
Xhaka had to leave.
Xhaka had to leave the club.
He's at Sunderland. But you're right to bring up Zubi next, though, James, because that goal, that finish on the weaker foot, buried 2 man before burying it into the back of the net. I really like Declan Rice and Zubi's dynamic, you know. Strictly talking football here, Partey had his off seasons, he had his on seasons, and at the top of his game, he was quality. But I don't feel like I've ever seen this kind of understanding that Rice and Zubi has before with our midfield partnership, if I'm honest with you. And that includes Partey, Jorginho, and whoever else in between. I think you'll see some games that, what was it, Bournemouth, outside of the box, coming in, Declan Rice, box crashing. And then you'll see tonight against Chelsea, Zubimendi coming in, box crashing. You know, and if you look at the other, always in that moment, it's always looking after. They've already got that Saliba Gabriel understanding. And I think that goes a long way in helping us get over the line here, because none of our attackers are really banging. So if these two can continue doing what they're doing, which is 1 week it might be you, or 3 weeks in a row it might be you, and then you step up. I think that kind of wild card joker in the pack, it could really benefit us, because our strikers and attackers right now, listen, he got a goal and assist today, but generally we've needed a bit more from them also. Zubi, top quality.
Those two often press quite high Turkish, but the amount of times today I saw Declan Rice on the edge of the Chelsea box when they had the ball, when Sanchez had the ball, there were times when we had 6. There were 6 players in like 2 rows of 3, like 1 on the edge of the box and 3 just behind them. And there was 2 or 3 times in the first half where Rice was even further forward than Odegaard, and he normally is our main chief presser. So I think you're right. It says I think Ace is a lot that they thought they could get Chelsea in that first third of the pitch, and they did. They won the ball back about 5-6 times in that first quarter. But it also says that Rice trusts Zubimendi, and Zubimendi's like, oh, yeah, cool. You go forward. I've got this. So you're right. That partnership took a little while to get going. But you're right. Those two have really, they're in the groove. They're really in the groove.
I feel I've got this. I've been a critic of Zubimendi since he's come to the club. I'll be real about that. He's one of them players that I feel like he does just enough not to be overly critical of him. Like, he doesn't do anything. I think he's just on the line and just above the line. It's like, okay, I can't criticize you too much because you're doing enough. But I don't know. Like, I just always felt
you You don't see it. Only the tactical wankers. Only us people see it. You don't see it, bro. You gotta see what he does. I got
my badges. I got my badges. You know. But no, I feel like Zubimendi. He's what I think I didn't give him the credit for is he helps Declan Rice out so much defensively. Zubimendi wins the ball back so much in the game. Like, not so much like he's not the most the strength, the tallest, or the most, like, you know what I mean, combative, but he is everywhere. Like, he is literally everywhere, and that's what helps Declan Rice out defensively more than we actually. I even watched not the Liverpool game, a game before that. He won the ball back more than Rice did.
Yeah,
but you wouldn't notice that. Zubi wins the ball back constantly. He doesn't really lose many headers. He's just not the dominant force like Onana is or anything like that. But he's one of them guys that's just around always. You know what I'm saying? He's so, like, involved constantly. So I think I didn't give him that much credit than that he deserves. But yeah, he just kind of feels like he just does just enough to not be critical. Whereas Partey, I think his level was higher, but also lower at the same time. His lowest was lower than Zubi's, but his highest was higher. I feel like Zubi's is a bit more steady.
I agree with that.
I think Zubi would be a big loss if he got injured, though. We always think about Declan Rice and stuff like that, but I think Zubimendi would be
It's a really good point, you know, because you mentioned Partey earlier on Turkish, and I think you might have done Partey a little dirty. I don't remember many games this season, maybe a couple, where Zubi's been the best player on the pitch. I can think of plenty of games where Partey was man of the match. So, yeah. But when Partey was poor, you're right. Them levels, Zubi's never touched those levels. He doesn't know down there. So I think it's a really good point.
He's not
I mean, the combination. It's the combination I'm talking about.
Okay, yeah.
It's what they do for
each
other.
Better.
I don't disagree. I mean, Partey, he was around longer as well. You know, so he had many a game where he stood out. I expect Zubi to have the same. I think once we work out what we need to work out in the attack, if we ever work it out, I think then we unlock maybe the Spain Zubi, which is a lot more progressive, quicker in his passing between the lines. I think right now it's by instruction, because when I see him with Pedri and a Marino, for example, for Spain, it's the perfect chemistry between the three. Perfect. And I think Odegaard should look a bit at Pedri and the way he moves and the way he, you know, his work rate is 100 as well, but he makes it count in the, you know, final third in and around the box. I think a lot better. So I think there's levels to unlock with Zubimendi overall, in my opinion, man.
I agree with everything that's been said, and I think we've got to give Arteta some credit, because I think in previous years you've seen the six basically be quite close to the back four, at times drift to the right to help him build up, and then you see the 8 miles away, like just moving up the pitch, whether that was Xhaka, Declan Rice, who tried to fit Smith Rowe in there or whatever. And I think this year he's got Rice and Zubimendi together. Now, I originally thought, well, that's probably to get the best out of Declan Rice and actually allow your left back to bomb on and get the winger to come on the inside a little bit, give us a bit of diversity in our build-up. But actually, I think the big reason that they're closer together, Rice and Zubimendi, is because they're so interchangeable in what they can do. So many times Zubimendi has powered through. We saw it with the Villa goal. We saw it with this goal tonight. But if you go back and look, honestly, guys, go back and look at the goals we scored against Tottenham and then a few days later against Bayern. It's not just Zubimendi box crashing for some of those goals. I mean, you know, it didn't really matter because ultimately Madueke scored and a few others. But not only is Zubimendi box crashing, Rice is doing it with him at the same time. I think we talked about this on this podcast. Like, the two of them just happily go at the same time. Like if ultimately they think we can score, this is like the bravest I think Arteta's ever been in terms of committing men forward. I think you can have your fullbacks inverting high or on the overlap, and then the two are steaming in as well. And they're basically just trusting Saliba and Gabriel, or whoever's at the back, to just squeeze up the pitch and force the whole 11 back. And so there's something about those two where they know when to sit so the other can go, when to go with the other sitting, but also actually when they're sensing that, you know what, there's blood here, we can go for them and we'll both commit. And I think that's what's so impressive about them, how they form this understanding inside 6 months. I'd almost say the chemistry between Rice and Zubimendi has almost been more impressive than Zubimendi's individual performances, let's say. Like it's the impact overall, rather than saying like, oh, if you made a comp of Zubimendi's season, you're going to be blown away. You probably won't be. But overall, the impact's been undeniable. And off the ball, I agree. If he was 6'4", if he was clearly someone who maybe went to the gym loads, I don't know, whatever, like we'd be talking about the defensive side a bit more. But because we talked to him, I tweeted about this, we labeled him as like a younger Jorginho. No, Jorginho never moved like this. Let's be very clear. Jorginho never, ever moved like this. Jorginho on the ball is unbelievable. I don't even think we've seen that level from Zubimendi yet. But off the ball, no, not in the same conversation.
I think Ben White's worth a mention, considering, you know, Gyokeres is man of the match for Jordan with a G and an A, and Ben White got the same thing. Opened the scoring, assist for the second one, albeit Sanchez really was the man behind the assist by missing it. Well, not missing it completely, but by not getting both hands secure on it. Nice to see from Ben White, though, man. I'm glad that, you know, we are seeing performances from him again. A bit more consistency and the level, like, you know, in terms of what he brings to the side, because he is a very different option. And once upon a time, I was saying top 2, top 3 right back in the league for a couple of seasons in a row. And Timber's made us forget, you know, because of the levels he's brought in and the security he's brought us. But Ben White like that is a great player to have within the squad, not only as a player, but as a character as well. I don't forget, you know, in his first few years and even a couple of years ago when he was top 2, top 3, a lot of the clips around the club, a lot of the videos coming at the club, he was always one of those characters having a laugh or getting along. And I think that's important. And he has that rough edge to him. You know, who did he kick the ball at last season? Right in his chest.
McGinn.
Yeah,
I love that. We haven't got enough players like that, in my opinion. But modern day, I guess you don't want a lot of those players. But all round, Ben White, I'm just glad that, you know, he's slowly but surely turning up again. And I don't like that he's being linked to a move, if I'm honest with you. I'd like to keep him as long as possible.
And he's unproblematic as well. Like, he feels like an unproblematic character in the dressing room and stuff like that. And I think that goes the same as, not in the same way, but more like, you see, with Kepa as well, what Arteta done, which is not that he's a brilliant keeper, he's that he's in a similar mold to Raya. So I think what it did is, you see, like when you have like a Raya, then you have a Ramsdale. There's such different keepers that it's a completely different person on the pitch. With Kepa, he's almost identical to Raya, just not as good. He's honestly exactly the same, in the same mold, takes the same amount of time on the ball, kicks at the same place, is just not as good. And I think the difference with Ben White, I think we're used to playing with Ben White. So when we play him and he has a okay game or a decent game, we're like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. You know what I mean? I forgot we can have a guy that passes to Saka on the inside. You know, he's always got that infield pass to Saka that he does all the time, that cuts across the left back. We forget about that sometimes, or we forget about him running down the wing and crossing the ball, because he's a much better crosser than Timber is. We completely forget. But one thing we do remember is his defensive side, because Neto was running past him like 2-3 times, so we forget that as well. But Ben White, I mean, he's unproblematic, isn't he? So I think he's a good squad player to have, man. I can't complain about him at all.
If Timber had Ben White's distribution, he'd probably be number 1 in the world.
Timber is number 1 in the world without it. Timber's number 1 in the world without it.
No, Hakimi's better than Timber. He's not number 1. Yeah. Hakimi's better.
Would you swap
Hakimi's a problem going back. Hakimi's a problem both ways.
Would you swap Timber for Hakimi now?
Yeah, I would.
Oh, you would, yeah.
And I love Timber. I love Timber. I think Timber's a crazy defender. Crazy. But going forward, he's not in the same league as Hakimi. No way.
I think,
No way.
I don't disagree, but I think Hakimi is the best in the Ben White right back category. I think Timber is. I don't just limit Timber to right back. To this day, I don't think he's just the right back. I think he's just a baller. Do you get it? I don't think you can play Hakimi in as many positions as you can play Timber. Do you get what I'm saying? Essentially, you can play, we haven't even seen that side, maybe defensively centre back, but he came in playing midfield at times for who was he at?
Ajax.
Ajax.
He's been wicked at centre back though in like the 2 or 3 games he's had for us. Yeah.
Left back, right back, centre back, he's done midfield. I think that's what probably, you know, you could argue makes him better. But if you're talking out and out right back, old school, Hakimi is different class.
I think they're the top 3: him, Reece James, and Timber. I think those.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I just think the only thing that makes him for me not clear first, his distribution is good, whereas Reece James and Hakimi's distribution is, do you know what I mean? It's off the chart.
Yeah.
You know, guys, I usually don't put a negative slant on these kind of conversations, but I do think this.
It's normally me.
Yeah. I do think this is a bit of a shame for Miles, though. Now, I get it. You know, Estevao is a very good player, left-footed. I get why he put Timber out there. I get why that was the way to go. I don't think Arteta got it wrong. I don't even think it necessarily reflects badly on Miles Lewis-Skelly at all. But there's something about it that's like, you know, first choice left backs out, and actually you're down to 4th because Timber was and you know, Lewis-Skelly last year was very reliable defensively. He was so good in one-on-ones with Salah, with Vinny, with Rodrigo, with Mbappe if he went out to that side. Like, he held his own at the Bernabeu, inverting into midfield or doing a collective job defensively or doing a one-on-one on a winger job. And I don't know. I just hope they're developing him into a central midfielder long term. I hope that's what they're thinking. But that does mean we need another defender, because now we're quite short at the back again. Mosquera, Calafiori, and Capier are all injured. But I do think it's a bit of a shame for Miles. It'd be interesting to see if he starts against Forest. But I'd predict now he doesn't. I'd predict he goes Timber left back and White right back.
But don't you think he's just where he's meant to be? Like he just got fast tracked into the first team because of injuries and stuff like that. And all we've got now is an experienced 18, 19-year-old. What he's doing right now is where he should be, just coming in for certain games when we need him to. Like, we've just got an experienced young player now. That's probably better than him. Do you know what I mean? Because he's still a kid. He's 18, 19 years old. This is exactly where he's meant to be, I feel like he's exactly where he's supposed to be.
Yeah, and I don't disagree with that at all, to be honest. And it's a fair point. And largely, I haven't really worried about the lack of minutes for him, for Waneri, for Eze in the last month. So I'm not really concerned about it. I just think, I don't know. I think maybe it's more I'm just wondering what the plan is. Because if it is he's long-term going to be a left back, then I think to be kind of 4th in the pecking order for a game like that is a bit of a shame after how good he was last year. If it is to move him into midfield, which is what I want to see, then great. I'd love to see that. But then my concern then goes towards, well, we need another player then, because we're starting to actually be pulled apart at the back a little bit. So I think just either way, I've got questions. But you are right. Like, you're not wrong. Like, at 18, 19, to have had the experience he's had. And largely that's been my rhetoric throughout this season. But I did look at that 11 and go, okay, I get it. But it's surprising that if you told me in May, you know, he's basically going to be our 4th choice left back for a cup semi-final, that would have really surprised me, I guess is all I'm saying.
Yeah, it's a mix. It's the feeling. It feels sad because he's a young hailing boy that burst on and really helped us last season. But if you remember last season, James, I was one of the first early on to say that kid looks good. But I always said last season as well, because of the window we had, I said, you don't rely on teenagers to win the majors. And Carabao's not a major, but Lewis-Skelly has been poor. You know, the majority of his cameos since, I guess, the starts against Atletico, and I really think after Bayern, that's where he started getting really exposed in his cameos recently. So maybe he needs that to be taken out the limelight a little bit. But it's a semi-final. He's going in probably poor morale. Even when you're watching him play, it doesn't seem to have that same confidence and chest he had last season, and you can understand why. So I get it. I hope it's not detrimental to his future at the club. I'd like to see him in midfield, but I have no indication that we are going to do that. Aside from us only signing Norgard in the summer, because in my honest opinion, the closest thing we have to Zubimendi is probably Miles Lewis-Skelly.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm so glad you said that.
Even comparing them or saying, you know, they're close. All I'm saying is Norgard ain't nothing like Zubi. Marino ain't nothing like Zubi. And Bryce is world class. But there's just something about the way Zubi plays in midfield and the way Lewis-Skelly, like,
yeah. And can I say that I don't necessarily even like, I wouldn't see that as a bad thing. In fact, I'd see that as a great thing, because, again, sorry if I've repeated things I've said on the podcast before, but if Arsenal saw a Miles Lewis-Skelly, a 19-year-old midfielder of that profile on the market, and signed him this January, I'd go, perfect. That's exactly what midfield needs. It needs someone who is a left footer who can complement the right foots of the right footedness of Rice, Zubimendi, Norgard, who is great at receiving off the back four, who's good with his back to sort of pressure and being pressed, but can turn, can carry, adds legs, has got some creativity in the final third. I love the player. So if the plan is that's where you're going and we're going to add another defender, I love it, because that's exactly what our midfield needs in terms of depth. I just hope that's the plan, because if it's not, then I do admittedly start to get a little bit concerned, especially with the Gyokeres links or whatever. But ultimately, yeah, probably, sorry, this is why I don't really like normally bring it up, because I think it's been sort of 5-6 minutes we've been talking about him. There's no need, and I normally wouldn't. But just seeing the 11, I was a bit like, oh, okay, that's interesting.
Can I just go for my final comment from this game? Am I the only one that wants a little bit more from Saka?
Yeah, no, you're not the only one.
Bro, I was saying that weeks ago.
Definitely not the only one, bro.
And I spent 3 or 4 pods in a row talking about how even when he doesn't do anything spectacular, he contributes. He's never a passenger. He's always a threat, and he always contributes.
Yeah,
I just would like him to go to that next level now. I don't want to hit the injury talk that I think was hearing a couple of months ago. He's not back fully fit. I like to think that he is back to full fitness now, and he is always a threat. I just want him to go into that next bracket, and off the back of my kind of boo-boo regarding the contract, he signed a new contract. It's going to be a big contract, and I just think if you're on big contract money, and I love Saka. I probably rate Saka too much. I probably overrate. I really rate Saka, right? But I just feel like in games he's a solid 7. I'm not seeing any 8s and 9s, and I think for what I think he can do, and as I've always said, for 2 years he carried us. So we're in debt to Saka internally, right? But we don't live in the past; we live in the present. And in the present, I just feel like the other top players have all caught him up, maybe surpassed him in terms of importance. I don't think Noni Madueke is anywhere near him, right? So I don't think there's a threat there. I just find myself often now wanting a little bit more from him. There's no goals from Saka at the moment. He gets the odd assist. And for one of our top 3 players, vice captain, I just want a little bit more from him.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. I feel like about 3 years ago, 3 and a bit years ago, I think we all thought naturally he's just going to end up doing what Salah's doing naturally without even thinking about it. I just think we always thought that was the natural progression, the next step. He's just going to be in that bracket regardless. And I think we've all kind of come to a realization that it's not as easy as we thought it was to do what those guys were doing, the Salahs and the Kanes and the Hazards. It's not as simple as that just to get, even Alexis Sanchez. It's not easy to just jump into that bracket.
And I don't want to be the wise guy, because I'm not a wise guy. But when people were saying 2 years ago Saka was world class, and I said he's not world class, I don't think he ever will be world class. But that doesn't mean he can't be elite. The 15 goals he put up 3 years ago, that for me is not phenomenal numbers, but that's still really impressive. If he was giving us 15 goals a season, that's nowhere near Salah, but that's still really, really good. He's not even getting that.
Currently, he's not getting that currently. I think he
got it once.
definitely is. He definitely is up there with the best wingers in world football. I just feel like there's other players in our team now. What do you mean? Of course he is. He's up there with the best.
Well, you just mentioned Salah. Salah's poor seasons were 15 goals.
No, but now football.
Yeah.
There's no Salahs now.
Okay, but okay, so we're dropping the level. That's not a good thing either. We're saying he's one of the best because the level's dropped.
No. The level has dropped, so he's one of the best. It's not we're dropping the level.
All right, okay, yeah. It was a backhanded compliment then. You're one of the best.
No, it's not backhanded. It's not. But because of what you're saying it's relevant. The context is that I get you. I know. Because, for example, Lewis-Skelly is probably my favorite winger outside of Arsenal, right? I don't think he's not like if I go to his numbers, I don't think I'm going to be amazed this season.
You won't be.
But Salahs and Haaland and these kind of players, I mean, it's 1 in a million.
Look at Vinicius. Vinicius ain't scored a goal for. He didn't score a goal for 3-4 months.
Ooh. Rodrigo, I wanted him in the summer. I don't think he's barely getting minutes, let alone getting on the end of things.
I guess what I'm asking, what I'm kind of asking is 15 goals a season a harsh expectation from Saka?
For me, it's not harsh. For me, it just has to be more decisive. Like he absolutely killed Gyokeres twice in that first half. Like I think the second one was worse when it was a fast break off the corner. And like he didn't even have to pass it. He just cut on your favored foot. It's 2-on-1. Gyokeres has gone that way. He's gone on your wrong foot, so you can cut on or if the defender. He just toe poked it. It just trickled away. And in those moments, he needs to be more decisive now. It's no longer, cute star boy. It's take this club 100%. On your shoulders in attack with your contract and get us over the line, because you are right. Declan Rice, Gabriel, Saliba, even Raya. Player of the season conversations. I think they're in there, worthy of being in there.
You know what? This is the first time I haven't said this to you. I've said this for a while, but I haven't said it to you guys. I haven't spoken to you lot. I genuinely, honestly believe Saka needs to be behind the striker. I've been saying this for about at least a year now. I honestly believe he needs to be central behind the striker. I promise you, if we put him there, it would change everything.
I'm not mad at that.
4-2-3-1-10 or like Odegaard position.
Not like Odegaard. Odegaard's too deep. He needs to be. He needs to be like. If I promise you, if we get him in the shooting position, Saka play running at the number 6 of their team, running at the centre backs of their team is what we need. We've got him. He's gone from. I understand he was a winger. He was a left back, left wing, right wing. I understand that right now he's our best right winger. I understand that. But I genuinely believe Saka would be such a clinical, decisive player if he was closer to the goal.
Do you remember Diaby under Emery with Watkins up front? He had Diaby free. Basically, he was a left-footed right winger, and he put him behind Watkins. I think he was very productive under him. Like that kind of role for Saka.
Gareth Bell kind of mindset, kind of like when you got your best players that are goal scorers, because Saka it can become a seriously good goal scorer. You need to get him closer to the goal. I need him in and around the mix more. I feel
the problem is
I want him up front.
I
don't rate any of our strikers that highly, like highly enough for me to not entertain something crazy. I think if one of Madueke or Waneri or Max Dowman in the coming years, and then on the other side you've got Martinelli, Trossard, Eze, I'd move Saka up front. I'd use him as a
I hear you. I'm with your crazy thinking. I'm with you, bro.
Yeah, I think he drops
there.
deep. He's brilliant in the air. He's really strong back to goal. He can strike it well off both feet. He can run in behind. He can drop deep. I think he can do it all. So I'll just have him as our focal point. I think when Liverpool signed Luis Diaz, they moved Mane up front. That kind of role. Like I think he could do a good job with that. But on this game in particular,
Mane's a killer though. It's hard to
I agree. And also he was so explosive. He was so explosive, and I don't think Saka has that like explosion in behind defensive. I think he's very quick, but I think he builds up to that pace, if that makes sense. And he's a brilliant dribbler. Do you know the one thing I'll say though? Like I want to defend him again in this game, and I was going to war with my live chat over Bukayo Saka, and I probably will with all of you three as well in this. maybe I put like maybe I give him more leeway because I feel like he's got a harder job than most players on the pitch. I feel like players clamp him all the time. And there's this like weird rhetoric that Cucurella does well against Saka. No, he doesn't. He kicks him 2-3 times a game, gets booked, and Saka walks away with either a key moment or an assist, sometimes a goal. Like every time, like he walks away with something. This is a guy who's like perennially fouled, like double teamed all the time. And I just think the task for him is harder. I think he has to do more to have an impact than Trossard, because I don't think teams prep to stop Trossard the way they stop Saka. I don't think teams are as aggressive on Trossard as they are on Saka. How often is Saka back to goal with 2-3 players around him? And you're thinking, don't lose it here. And he never does. He always comes out with it, gives it back to Saliba, keeps it moving. It's not special. It's not going to make an amazing, highlight reel at the end of his career. But he kept the ball in a tight area. He got players around him in the middle of the pitch. He helped Arsenal play out. And next thing you know, we've played through a team. We did that against Everton 3-4 times when we should have scored. He was always the outlet. He's almost like a link man, but from right wing. Like we talk about like a striker holding up the ball. He basically does that on the right. We play off him and we're through. And again, in this game, wasn't great, but big part in the goals. And I just think, I think he had a good game. I don't think he had a great game, but I thought he had a good game because he did all of that other stuff.
I think you're right, James. I don't disagree with any of what you said. I'm just looking at him now through the prism of he might potentially be our highest paid player.
Yeah, I do get that.
If you're going to be the highest paid player at the club, I think what you've described is fine, but you need to there needs to be another level.
Yeah, it's not enough.
Sorry?
Not enough.
It's just not enough. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I say, not 'cause I think he does a lot of good things. He's always a threat. And the reason why I wouldn't put him as a striker is because he's bloody good wide. He more times than not beats his man. He gets good shots off, good crosses in. He's link-up player. I think he's one of the smartest players in the league. He's one of the most intelligent football players in the league. People don't see how smart he is. He's really intelligent, right? Definitely. So I would leave him there. I don't mind him in the 10 role. The 10 role, I think I'd entertain that. But if you're going to put man on 300 bags a week, I don't think you've been getting one assist in 3.
4 goals in 1 year. He's got 4 goals. He got 4 goals, I think, in 2025.
That's Manny Waking numbers. You can't do that.
I do get that. There needs to be an explosion of some kind, a real announcement moment. And I'm not talking like at the Bernabeu announced himself. I think we're talking a season that you stop and go, wow.
Yeah.
But I still always feel, I don't know, I still always feel the need to mention the other stuff because I think here, the 4 of us, we have a good, fair conversation. Whereas I think away on the internet and others are going, oh, Saka was poor, wasn't he? I'm like, no, we can't.
No, he was good.
We could say he wasn't great. We could say like he didn't have the impact, but like walking away saying like he was poor, like I don't know. I really struggle with that. Oh, you're mute, Turkish.
It's funny because when D mentioned the number 10 for Saka, it reminded me that when he was chopping and changing positions those times, I think I would have said it on Forever Arsenal. I think 10 was my favorite position for him. He only played there maybe like 3-4 times. But there was just something about him there because he's so left-footed, but that doesn't mean that he can't go both ways. Which is there's a weirdness to it all. But yeah, we'll keep it moving, people. Let us know your thoughts so far past the hour on obviously the result, semi-final first leg. Man City beating Newcastle 2-0 away from home, so the expectation is City Arsenal City March 22nd, but there's still a second leg to play on the first week of February. Jordan.
Sorry, a super quick one. Just off the field, Arsenal announced this week that Mertesacker is leaving the club as head of the academy, right? And I just thought it's worth a quick mention because I don't know P, but I've done some work with him. We've met a few times. We've just spoken about Lewis-Skelly and Bukayo Saka. Some of the young talents come through in the last 5, 6, 7 years is incredible. Let's not even forget the likes of Emile Smith-Rowe. We've still got Ethan. James, help me out. Who's some other guys that have left us?
Nketiah, you got Dalman.
And there's more coming from what I'm told.
Ali Salmon.
Come on. Per Mertesacker's headed up all of that. Now, I'm not saying that when he leaves, it's gonna dry up, because you'd like to think that where Arsenal catchment are, they'll always get kids, and there's a setup there that is good. I just thought I wanted to mention him briefly because under his watch, we've brought through some gems. So I just wanted to big up Mertesacker. You know,
saved us a lot of money as well. Saved us, because really and truly, that's how much you'd be. Even Miles Lewis-Skelly, if you was gonna buy him in a normal market and try and get a squad player like that, you're gonna have to pay upwards of 40 or 50 million. So you're buying Saka's worth what, 100 plus, no doubt. You know what I'm saying? These guys that we're bringing through is saving the club fortunes. Saving the club fortunes. So,
but can I play devil's advocate? Because I think he did a great job, and I think the academy has been in the healthiest position it's been for a long time in terms of the players that are coming through. The academy did have issues in players of real quality, like Aidan Heaven, Kozia Dewberry, for example, albeit I don't know how his career's gone since that move to Brighton.
Hutchinson.
Cheeto, what's that, sorry?
Amari Hutchinson as well.
Amari Hutchinson, Cheeto Obi Martin, players that went Donyell Marlon a few years ago. And I'm not saying all this, by the way, falls under Per Mertesacker. I don't know what his range was in that role. But there are a lot of players. It feels like if you made it at Arsenal, great. You're in the first team. There was a pathway. You were nurtured and brought in brilliantly. But if you were just that bracket below where you weren't good enough to make it, as much as we saved millions, we missed out on millions on a lot of those players. So I do wonder whether, and I don't know how much this falls on him. I don't know whether he's developing the players in-house, whether he's part of the transfer strategy and the loan setup. I have no idea. But that is one thing I do think Arsenal need to improve on, is how do we keep these players feeling like you're involved, you're integrated, even if you have 2 loans, or if they go and have 2 loans, they perform brilliantly, but there's no space in the first team, they're going for 20, 30 million in the same way Vandenberg went from Liverpool, or the other centre-back who went to Leverkusen. Quansah. Like, I think from that perspective, we've been pretty poor. So for all the great, and there's loads of great, he's done a brilliant job, and fair play to him. Like, I wasn't Mertesacker's biggest fan as a player, but he's had a massive impact on this club in some way, shape, or form, whether it be FA Cups, the academy, and all that, and the years of service. So big up to him for that. But there were issues with the academy.
Probably my favourite Arsenal centre-back of the Emirates era until the latest Arteta centre-backs, if I'm honest with you. And that's on the playing side. Oh, he's shaking his head. Listen, I mean, we knew his limitations.
Mine was Koscielny. Thank you. There's another Koscielny.
Mine was Koscielny.
Mine was Koscielny too.
Koscielny was a mug.
Yeah, Koscielny was the guy, man.
Turkish just can't get over. He's getting his
yeah, you've just never let that go, my friend.
Sorry, your centre back can't get his head rubbed 3 times. 3 times. He's not allowed. Guy was looking for Genie. Who was it? Pogba, Quaresma.
We took out the video.
Yeah, bro. Pogba did it once. Quaresma did it another time. And Barry Ferguson.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that, James. I didn't know the 3 people did it. I didn't know that.
It's true though.
And then he left us with the shirt thing. Koscielny.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Koscielny, if you ever want to come on the Gooniverse, man, I'm
you wanna what's his name? Like what's our left back's name? The madman, Kolasinac.
Oh, yeah.
Is that who you rated, Turkish?
He had 4 good games and that was it. What did you say, James?
I was asking if you rated Kolasinac. I didn't think he was as bad as everyone thought, but
I respected the signing, but I mean, he just turned that. The best thing he done was save Ozil's missus. Let's be real here, because Ozil was that. Ozil said, "No, I'm out of it."
I'm out of it.
Kolasinac said, "All right, I respect it.
I don't want no trouble.
I respect it." But yeah, let's keep.
I forgot about that. Oh my word!
I watched that the other day. Actually, that video.
Oh, shit.
Why did you watch that the other day? That's hilarious.
No idea. I was hoping no one was going to ask me that.
What did you watch? Thinking like, let me just check what's going on.
What did you watch?
You watched the Kolasinac.
Did you?
Yeah, literally. I can see it right now. A picture in my
head. What's it next? So from CARABAO on to Premier League. Forest away after City play United away. Another potential banana skin for City. Away at United, it's always hard to predict those ones. But the way let's just hope for the best, people. But we've got Forest away, where we should get the job done. I mean, is anyone wary of this game? Is anyone?
Yeah, because I'm an Arsenal fan, so I'm weary of, like, you know, Bolton at home. But yeah, I think when you're naturally playing a Sean Dyche side, you do kind of think, you know, they're going to be super up for it. They're going to be organised. Also, I think what makes them quite a weird side for us is if they do lock in with the Dyche principles of, you know, the mid-block, difficult to break down, you know, good on set pieces, they've actually got quite a lot of match-winning quality. Like Morgan Gibbs-White, Hudson-Odoi, Elliot Anderson. These are players I rate. Up front, I don't know who they're going for right now. I don't know where Chris Wood's been. I haven't really followed Forest massively. But from that perspective, I'm like, oh, if we don't get the job done, they could hurt us. They could do something. That is it Igor Jesus up front?
Yeah, he scores a lot. He's scoring a lot at the minute.
He was a nightmare against City. I don't think he looked that good in another game I watched recently. I can't remember which one. But against City, he was causing them loads of problems. So, yeah, weird team, basically. Yeah, I think we'll win. I'm confident we'll win, but I think they'll make it awkward for us.
I think sorry, do we think City draw 4 in a row?
Yeah.
I think
Ahmad and Bremo are back as well. That's the thing.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, I think they drop points at Old Trafford, you know.
I hope so.
But I think that's the only thing that worries us is their result. I think their result changes everything. I think that their games, I would really hope that we would play early. I really like when we play first. That's playing second. I don't know. I just feel like it kind of swings the momentum in their favor. If they draw, obviously we've got a potential, not a free hit, but you know what I mean. We can kind of swing with the walls. But if we don't, if they win, it's a completely different game.
They've got a harder game than we have, and I think they drop points. So going into our game, that should be a fillet. That should be a boost. You'd have thought a reason to really rectify what we didn't do against Liverpool. I find it interesting that he played Saka for 90 minutes. He didn't bring on Noni. I don't know if does that mean he's going to play Noni on the weekend. Yeah, interested to see because he went so strong tonight. I'm interested to see.
Forest game is bigger than tonight's game.
Would you? Let me ask you guys a question. Yeah, would you take a guaranteed League Cup over the risk of going for the Premier League?
No, never.
What? Where we are right now?
Where we are right now, if we are right now, would you take the guaranteed League Cup, or would you say, I'd rather just go for the Premier League from the position that we're in now?
I'd go for the league. No, I'd play the league out.
Cool. How about you, Jay?
Yeah, I'd play the league out, but like, I'm not like, for example, I'm not with Turkish on that. I don't think the Forest game's bigger. I think the Forest game, you can make up for it. You can lose and still be ahead of City. I think it's a cup semi-final. We need trophies, but I get it. The competition is no question which competition is bigger, but I think the context of the season, the Chelsea game was bigger this week. But guys, you know what's fascinating? Their next 3 away games are I actually think they're going to win at Old Trafford, annoyingly, but the next 3 games are United away, I think Tottenham away, then Liverpool away. Their next 3 away games.
Yeah, tough.
Now I don't know how far that goes, but our next league games are Forest away, United at home, Leeds away, Sunderland at home, Brentford away. So we've got 3 away games in there. Listen, I'm not calling them easy for 1 second. I think all 3 of those away games, and you never know United on their day and all that, right? So no, there's no easy game. But if we come out of that run in which they've had those 3 away games and the gap has dropped at all, long day.
I said that big 6.
That will be stressful.
We win our next 5 games. I said in big 6, we win the league. Forget mathematically. I just think the damage it does. And that's why, like Jordan said, I'm so disappointed in the Liverpool one, because that's where it should have started. Making it 8 points there before against Liverpool, before they go on this 3-game away run, we would have wrapped this league up in a matter of weeks. I'm telling you guys. But that gives them the hope. Now, if they drop points against City, it's a chance to make it 8. I think if we come out the next 5 with a bare minimum 4 wins and 1 draw, and really it should be 5 wins, but let's say a bare minimum 4 wins and 1 draw, I think we're double digits away from City.
I think you guys are far ahead. I think if City lose on the weekend and we win,
that's 9 points.
Guys, I don't know, people. I think we could win our next 5 and still only be 6 ahead of them.
No, that's true. That's possible as well.
They're not beating United, Tottenham, and Liverpool.
Yeah, they're not.
You don't think they're winning all 3?
No,
Look,
nah.
I don't.
Not at Anfield, no way.
I don't. I know, but like, guys, those 3 teams aren't that good.
Yeah, but Tottenham have a record against them, and Frank's continued that with a 2-0 win.
God, I so hope you're right. I so hope you're right. But
City have won at Anfield for like 10 years or something, isn't it?
And don't forget they got both their centre backs out.
Yeah, but trust me, I want to be here on the 7th of February, whatever, saying, yeah, fair play, you're all absolutely spot on. But yeah, the gap cannot shorten. They can't go that run of games, and the gap be less than 6 points.
I agree with you. It needs to widen. It needs to be 9.
We've got to break their soul. We've got to break their soul and their spirit. They drop points. We win against Forest. They're thinking, this is, and we've got Spurs next. Come on, I fancy us to beat United at home. We've got to break their spirit. We've got every time we win. We win. We've got to make them. This is long. We've got to make them really give up. We do that by being consistent. So
they won't though. They won't give up though. Pep's not a give up kind of manager.
And they won't give up. If the gap gets to 9, 10, 11 points, they'll give up.
They'll prioritize other things. That's
they'll the foot off the gas. They'll be like, we're not going to catch them.
So you think that happens then?
Yeah, I do.
I'm not sure it does, but I'm saying if the gap does go to 9, 10, 11 points,
they're
done.
I think it happens for City. Whether we win our games, like I'm not as like, because you know when there's pressure involved, and it's if you do this, it's 8 points. If you do this, it's 11.
We already messed up against Liverpool. We already had a chance and messed up, bro.
That was our biggest game of the season in terms of the league. You can make it 8 points. It was our worst performance of the season. Like, it's crazy that they can just go hand in hand like that. So,
all right, here's a question. Here's a question in the would you rather's. 22nd of March, Carabao Cup final. Would you rather guaranteed we win that final, beating City, or be 6 points ahead of City with those final 8 games to go? So this gap. So yeah, there'd be 8 games left. Which would you rather? Guaranteed win that final, or we have the lead we have now with 8 games to go?
This is the same convo we had when me and Jordan were having a conversation about hindsight and we should have gambled. Like, you're gonna say gamble now, but I guarantee you, when the League Cup final is there, or you go to Wembley, or you're watching it, you're gonna want that trophy.
You can guarantee one of those things: 6 point lead on City,
I'm taking the trophy,
8 to go, or the trophy.
I would guarantee Carabao Cup because I think the league is going to happen. Okay. I think Man City will drop points, and I'm nearly as confident that we'll do what we need to do.
If I said 10-point lead, we're all taking the 10-point lead.
Yeah. 6 points. Yeah. 6 points is not enough. City.
Yeah, 10-point lead. That sounds a bit. Yeah.
But the good one thing I will say though is, in previous title races that we've been in, we've always been behind on goal difference. This is the first time that our goal difference is level with City's, that we're not an extra point behind, because normally they're like 10, 15 goals ahead of us. So this is the first time that I've looked at the goal difference and we're both on exactly the same. That's the only thing that's giving me a bit more confidence.
But it wouldn't surprise us if over 2 game weeks we drew 2 games and Harden did a madness and they beat someone 4 and 5-0, and they spun that round. I mean, it's unlucky for them that the next 3 games are quite difficult games, so I can't see them being anybody 4 or 5-0. But the fact that we're ahead and goal difference is looking good, that can change.
It can
in a couple of weeks. Do you know what I mean? I don't think don't know if it will, but
they closed the gap. They closed the gap by that little period they had where there was scoring a lot of goals. Some of them were tight, but then they started Palace 3-0, and they had a couple 3-0s in a row actually. This is a City side with the best striker in the world, one of the best strikers of all time. They can score goals, that's for sure.
Forget them. Don't blink, don't flinch, stand firm. That's all we've got to do. Just don't blink.
Don't blink.
Beat Forest, and we move on to the next. Beat the next. United, smash United on to the next. We're not blinking. You can't scare us, City. We're not shook. Yeah, we're not like it's not last year's Arsenal. It's not the year before.
War talk. I like this.
Man.
You should have done this at the beginning, bro. You should have done this at the beginning.
Should have.
It's just so many people have switched off by now. They're gonna miss it.
Listen, Turkish is in New York already.
Yeah. Bro,
It's gone.
I've brought the table up already. Not much change. Only me and the guest, which was obviously Chloe last time, Matt. We got a point each because we predicted the win. I went 3-1. She went 2-1. It was 3-2. We got a point.
Had it.
Yeah, nearly. And in terms of star men, everyone got 0. I went Saka. James went Gabriel. Chloe went Trossard, and Jordan went Mikel Merino. None of which got a G. None of which got an A. No clean sheet, and nothing in between.
We aren't running the yellow card, red card rule, are we? Though.
Oh, we are. What happened? Sorry.
No. Well, Marino got a yellow, but I don't know if we've been doing that.
No, we have been doing it. We have been doing
Have we been doing that?
Yeah.
Man, the snitch out here. What's going on?
See you later. That was actually. Do you know what? That was actually awful of me. I can't believe I just did that to you.
For no reason at all. Unprovoked.
For no reason at all. You're already bottom of the league. I just went, just push him further down.
You did it to Nero. You did it to Nero.
Well, I did. Yeah, I basically went, no, let's just get the 5th and put it to bed. But I also said it because I thought we generally hadn't been doing it all season. Yeah. I thought Turkish had forgot.
No, we did. We have been doing it.
Okay. Oh, well, unlucky, bro.
To be honest with you, I have updated it, so I'll let people know what it's looking like, audio listeners especially. But last time out, I was really tempted to add a rule in because, James, you made the rules. You didn't say missed penalty is -2. And I was tempted to, Madueke missed a penalty, but he got you an assist. So maybe that's one for next season, that a penalty.
Oh, how convenient. D, you see what's going on here? You see the collusion between these two? You see
how convenient. How convenient we're not running a rule we didn't know existed.
There's no rule.
That's mental. You can't.
No, I think for next season, that is definitely a rule we should incorporate. Great idea, Turkish.
I mean, if I take 2 off you now, that puts me what? 6?
We don't need to do that. You've got title.
Wait, so hold on a minute. So he said that there should be a rule, and then it came to the fore, and he doesn't get one to it.
So James thought of the game. We used to do predictions, but James added the star man element. So if your star man scores, 4 points, assist 2 points. If your star man's a defender, clean sheet 2 points, goalkeeper, and so on, right? But also yellow card is -1, red card is -2. If your player gives away a penalty, it's -2. But he didn't include if your player misses a penalty, what it is. So when Madueke missed a penalty, I'm thinking that should also be a -2 because he's missed the penalty. But it wasn't stated in the rule.
Okay.
Comments, talk to me. What do you lot reckon? In the comments, talk to me.
Bit of a loophole.
You're not the man to ask the comments to talk to me.
Yeah. You say you get backlash.
Backlash?
Well, no.
Backlash. He wishes he got just backlash. That would be a.
He said abuse
day at the office for him.
I mean, it verges on it. I mean, my community is good at towing the line and balancing it. I love it. No, I'm joking. Big up the community. For the audio listeners, I am top on 29 points. James second on 25. The guest is in third slot on 21 points, and Jordan is last on 18 points with the newly added -1. Thank you, James. Predictions for Forest away. I'm gonna go 3-1, and I'm gonna go Saka Starman. James.
I'm gonna go 1-0.
Oh, I'm gonna back up as well.
1-0 Rogue One. I'm gonna go Erdegaard.
1-0 Odegaard, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. D, what's yours?
Are you allowed to have the same, or it has to be different?
Yeah. Same.
Yeah, I would have gone 3-1, but just to make it different, I'm gonna go 2-1 Arsenal, and I'm gonna go Gyokeres.
Okay, back-to-back games, you know.
Yeah, he'll definitely start, I think.
Jordan.
I was gonna go Saka, man, but I can't go Saka if you're going. I'll go 2-0 Arsenal.
Jordan, to get to me, you're gonna need to jump 2 people that have.
I'm coming.
And you know this.
I'm coming.
Who'd you say?
Go on, Saka. Saka.
Did you say 2-0?
2-0. Yeah.
You gotta be riskier than that. You gotta gamble. Remember gamble.
You're right. Right.
Was Jordan top of the league in like podcast 3 or something?
Yeah, and he was talking Mac
for a while.
Oh, you were top of the league of the last podcast.
Forever. Yeah.
And the first like 3 weeks of this one, I was top.
Yeah. I mean, listen, it was a long time ago now.
No, hang on. I'll go Rice.
Okay.
Clever. You gotta do something different to catch up, man.
2-0 Rice.
Well, so you know, there's actually like a unique rule where defenders and goalkeepers can pick up points for a clean sheet. So sometimes you can be tactical. Like if you want Gabriel, he could easily get a goal and a clean sheet and a
Let's go Saliba then.
You might as well go Gabriel if he's a defender, though, bro. He might get a goal.
I know, but I just got a feeling Saliba's due one. He's due one.
Do you know? I hear it.
Had a good
goal
shot.
and a clean sheet.
He had a good shot today.
Was that fantasy football?
Yeah, similar. He had a good shot today. Nearly bent it top bins. It reminded me of the Bournemouth one, but the other foot. All right, that's the predictions. I've gone 3-1 Saka star man. James has gone 1-0 Odegaard star man. D has gone 2-1 Gyokeres star man, and Jordan's gone 2-0 Saliba star man. Let us know yours, comment section below, and we're just going to wrap it up with comments of the day from the last time out. So if you've got one, let us get it in. If you haven't got one, it is what it is.
I got a couple. Jordan looking like he's about to threaten Gotham City. Yeah. And I looked back on it and I was like, the lighting was kind of cold. I ain't gonna lie. Like a rude boy. I'm like Turkish.
I didn't know we was allowed to be creative with the lighting. I would have come with something different. I didn't know we was allowed to do all that.
Come on, man. Look at the backdrop. Oh, I'm a G.
Next time.
And the other one is Jordan taking highlights to a whole new level with the camera messing up. In between.
I remember from before you never used to watch the games. I remember when I used to watch them. For never watching the game.
But it's not real. They're just it's a joke. It's a joke.
He once asked if our Champions League semi-final game was home or away.
Yeah, that's nasty work.
2 days before
it. The tongue.
Yeah. Anyway, I think it was Real Madrid. He was like, "Is this one at home?" We're like, "Oh, no." Do you know what, Jordan? I can say that because I love this comment. It had 256 likes.
Yeah,
wow.
And we got to give you some love. Have you got it as well, Turkish?
Yeah.
Oh, what's this one? Nice one.
Can I get it? Let me get mine in before you get that in.
You do it.
No. That's your one. Let me get mine in before because it just makes sense. Otherwise, we're doing U-turns. Aman, with the comment of the day for me, he said, "Big up to Jordan's camera for breaking. Love for the love."
Yes.
Oh, they're cheeky.
They're so rude. Well, I did have a second.
Yeah.
I did have a second one. That was a bit. It was Turkish using that infinity gauntlet to snap Jordan in and out of existence.
I saw that as well. Yeah,
did enjoy that. This is from Ben D'Agostino, says, "The thing I love about Jordan is he cops so much shit, yet I've never seen him get heated. Guys, secure as fuck. Big up Jordan." There we go. Love one,
bro.
Big up,
can I just say that this is turning now into just Jordan bashing of the week. It's not even comments of the week anymore. It's just how can we abuse Jordan this week?
I mean, you could have titled that somewhat better. If I'm honest with you.
Sorry, yeah. Sorry, yeah. Wow.
Crazy.
Wrap it up. It's late.
Subscribe to Call Us Disabled. It's in the description below. And the rest, if you like football, Universe is there, Universe News is there, and FamZone TV. ID, big up, man, because I enjoyed that episode, man. You done your
big up, you, brother. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah,
best so far. Best guest so far, man.
Come on,
Love.
my guy.
Love.
D, it won't be the last time anywhere, my bro. But what's your socials?
FamZone TV, man. All platforms, man. Just FamZone TV. Just come over, man. You know, it's just football talk, and it's really it. Really,
Yeah,
what we do, man.
It's quality, man. Chemistry-based people. I like that. So I'm sure you will too. Like, hype, subscribe. Individual channel description below. A special thank you to D. Won't be the last time. And obviously go subscribe to his channel and the socials. Love for the love, people. We'll see you after the Forest game. I think it'll be out at some point on Sunday. So subscribe, notification bell on, and you'll be the first to it. Love for the love. We're out. Peace.